So back around 2001, my wife and I celebrated our first year anniversary. We decided to travel down to Jacksonville, Florida because my wife loves the beach and I love the zoo. Now, while we were at the Jacksonville Zoo, I came across this animal called a bull snake. They had it on display there and it blew my mind. I had never seen a colubrid get so big. Now at that time I didn't know a whole lot about bull snakes. In fact, I'd heard of them, but simply the name bull snake was just not something that piqued my interest. That is until I saw this amazing specimen on display there at the Jacksonville Zoo. Today, the bull snakes, like this little girl right here, is one of the species that we work with here. These guys make amazing pets. Now, this is our girl Opal. She has been a breeder of ours for a long time, and you can tell she still has a lot of good size to her, and that is she just laid 13 eggs yesterday, and she still has this much size on her. Bull snakes make great pets if you don't make the mistakes we're going to talk about here in this video. So when we're talking about mistakes that bull snake owners make, especially new ones, it's the same mistake that many pet keepers make, and it would probably at the top of our list, which would be
the impulse buying.
Absolutely. Impulse buying is one of those things that probably the vast majority of care questions that we get, especially from people who are already in a panic about a problem, is because of this mistake right here, making an impulse purchase.
Yeah, we have a lot of people contact us that are in a bind because they're like, hey, I was at a reptile show or I was at this pet store and I found this animal that I really loved, but they didn't do any research or didn't gather up all of the supplies that they needed to take care of it properly. So very important when you want to get a pet, do plenty of research, find out what kind of environment they live in, what they need to eat, how big they're going to get, how expensive they are, what your budget is. All of that stuff should go into the research of the animal before you actually get the animal.
Yeah, there's been a few times at shows we've even had people get angry with us before a reptile show because someone would come up and say, hey, I want to buy this dragon, or I want to buy this or that. And we would start questioning them about, you know, their cage setup, about the equipment and things like that. And we would always tell them, listen, we would like to see you get your setup first and then come back and purchase the animal. And believe it or not, there have been people that have gotten mad with us. I've even seen pet stores get bad reviews because the employees there tried to take the time to educate their customer on what the animal needs, and told them to hold off on making the purchase. Now, my point is this too. If a business is willing to not make your money in order to do better for the animal, that's not a reason to get mad at the business. That is more a reason for you to say, hey, you know what? I want to purchase from this company, or I want to purchase from this pet shop because they care more about the animal than they do about turning a quick profit. So
it's a little bit of tough love.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, a little bit of tough
everybody
love.
Needs that sometimes.
That's right.
All right, second one we're going to talk about is improper temperature and humidity levels in the cage.
Yeah, one of the things that we learned the hard way many years ago is that you cannot keep bull snakes like many other colubrids, such as corn snakes or Florida kings. Bull snakes are highly susceptible to heat stresses, heat-related stresses. Now, years ago, there was not a lot of care information available on bull snakes. Simply, you got a bull snake, you did all the research you could on your own, and then you kind of wing it and hope for the best. Because there just wasn't a lot of people working with this species. There wasn't a lot of people that were putting information out there. And there was certainly no internet or YouTube that was, you know, that you could go to back then and get information. So we learned the hard way that if you keep bull snakes at the same temperatures you keep corn snakes, or if you keep, say, Florida kings, your bull snakes are going to be too warm. They're going to be stressed out. They're going to be extremely hissy. And they're just not going to fare well. Usually they'll refuse food, or if they do eat at all, they'll end up regurgitating that meal. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. The other thing is high humidity. I mean, Just like bearded dragons, bull snakes tend to like a lower humidity level. You don't want to keep a cage very humid like you would, again, with a corn snake or a Florida king. Your humidity levels need to stay down quite a bit lower because high humidity can lend itself to some respiratory problems and cause stress for your animals unnecessarily. Which brings us to our next point, which is water bowls being too large. There's one thing right off the bat we could say: if you have a large water bowl for a bull snake, what's going to happen?
They're going to crawl right in it, and that's where they're going to use the bathroom.
Yes, bull snakes absolutely have not figured out there's a difference between the kitchen and the toilet.
Well, a lot of reptiles in general do that. What their deal is, you clean the water bowl, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's where I'm going."
Yes, yes. So what we do here is small water bowls. Water bowls for bull snakes are for drinking, not for soaking. If your bull snake can get his hind end into a water bowl, I promise you he will defecate in it. And the problem with that is, number one, it's extremely smelly. I mean,
yes.
Not much smells worse than opening a water bowl full of milky, chocolatey bull snake poop shake. You know,
you went into way too much detail.
But anyway, you don't want to see that. You certainly don't want to smell that.
No. Bull snakes are about like bearded dragons. Like once they go, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
The whole house will smell horrible.
And the other thing is, if they turn around later and drink that water with their own poop in it, I mean, absolutely disgusting. So our other care tip for bull snakes: small water bowls, guys. Don't do these big soakable water bowls, not unless you're checking them every single day. I'd say maybe even twice a day, because once again, bull snakes are going to use their water bowl as a toilet. It's absolutely a given. So
speaking of dirty water bowls, this kind of helps us move on to our next point, which is you can't necessarily keep bull snakes on a weekly cleaning schedule because they are regular goers. Would you agree?
Regular goers.
We have to keep them.
That's a good point. The truth is, bull snakes are fast digesting animals.
Yes.
They will digest a meal. You know, like a lot of people come to colubrids from ball pythons, where you feed a ball python and, you know, week, 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks later, they poop. And they think that, well, you know, I can maintain my bull snakes and keep them on that same cleaning schedule. And you just can't.
You cannot.
Can't do that. If you have a bull snake, because their digestion is so fast, if you feed them today in about 20 minutes, no, it's not that quick, but it seems like it.
Yeah, sometimes.
They will literally defecate their cage. Bull snake poop is probably one of the smelliest poops of all colubrids, except maybe the indigo snake. They have a runny type, smelly, liquidy type stool. And it's horrid. So if you're going to keep a bull snake, it's something you're going to have to regularly interact with. You're going to have to clean that cage on a regular basis, and you're going to have to maintain that water bowl if you don't take our advice to use a water bowl simply for drinking and not for soaking. That's it. I'm out of stuff.
Is that it?
That's it. That's quick.
That's a quick video. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you learned a lot.
I thought we were done.
Yeah, he just got it.
They're gonna dock my pay.
Yeah, we gotta tell them bye.
Okay.
Just got up and left.
Well, tell them bye.
They mean nothing to you.
Tell them bye.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you learned a lot and enjoyed the video, and we'll see y'all soon.
In the next video. Y'all have a good one.
Let's kind of move this thing one more time.
The second point.
That was hard to get out humidity.
Say it again.
I was like humidity.
Humidity.